Hi, my name is Chelsea, and I am a mom of three. One of the things that I loved to do, and I still like to do, honestly, but when I was pregnant especially, I loved watching other women's birth stories, especially those that were positive, unmedicated, because that's what I was hoping to do. Um, and so I wanted to just come on here and add my stories to the pile, so that other women just have some stories to go on, and um, yeah, hope that I can be of help to someone. So I'll start with my first baby. Her name is Delilah Grace, and her story started at about 38 weeks pregnant. My doctor, sorry, the wind is getting my eyes. The doctor offered me a membrane sweep at my 38-week appointment, and at that point I was starting to have some pretty nasty pubic symphysis pain. So I was like, yeah, let's try and get this show started. And so she did that, and she was very much like, she's a pretty confident doctor, and she was like, I usually can tell if it's a good sweep or not. And she said, yeah, that felt like a good sweep. I expect baby within 48 hours. And she was right. So I had some like mild contractions that night, which is pretty typical with a membrane sweep, but nothing that really came of it. They fizzled out when we went to bed. The next day still was like trying to do things to get things moving, and not really anything consistent. About 5 o'clock that night, we went for a walk around the lake and just trying to get things started. And I started having some like very mild, inconsistent contractions, like at least 10 minutes apart. I wasn't really tracking them because they were so far apart and pretty mild at that point. So we finally decided to go to bed at about 10:45. My husband gave me a nice foot rub in bed because I was really painful from walking around so much. And I literally, like, we were okay, let's go to bed, and whatever. Rolled over, and I just felt like this pop, like right in my cervix. It felt like I got punched. I was scared initially because I thought something terrible happened, or like I broke my pelvis or something. I don't know, but it was so loud and so painful. And it occurred to me, I was like, maybe my water just broke. And I stood up and had this gush, and I was like, yep, it did. So it was literally her head just like whacking into my cervix. And I went to the bathroom, and I just continued to have this like gush of fluid. So it was very much like a movie scene where the breaking of the water is what starts labor. That doesn't usually happen. That's what happened for me. And so I immediately, like, contractions got super strong, super fast. I mean, was having them every 2 to 3 minutes, and they were strong. So I called, because again, I'm like, well, I'm a first-time mom. I don't know, like, these are strong, but like, are they going to get stronger? Probably. Like, this is probably not it. So, but 2 to 3 minutes apart, like, I should call. And so they were like, yep, you should make your way in, and we'll get you checked out and all of that. And this might be TMI, but is part of labor. And one of the things with that prostaglandin release that your body is just preparing to give birth is that it's trying to clear out your system. And so you might poop a lot, and I did. That it was hard to get out of the house because I was running to the toilet so frequently, scared I was gonna have a baby on the toilet. But I was like, I have to go. Like, we can't get in the car right now because I'm gonna poop my pants. And side note, like, my husband also had the nervy poos. So we were both just back and forth in the bathroom, like, oh my gosh, we're never gonna get to the hospital because we're both pooping ourselves. Such is life. Finally, we get in the car. That was at 10:45 when my water broke, and so we got to the hospital, which is really only about 20-25 minutes away. Got there about midnight. because we were also like doing the like last minute throw in the bag packing things and just very frazzled. It was a frazzled time. And so we get to the hospital around midnight. I was 5 centimeters and 80% effaced, so like in a really pretty good spot. They're like, yep, you're gonna stay. I think they were like, oh, you're a first time mom, so it's gonna just be a while and we'll get you comfortable. That I did request a tub room. Our hospital has 2 tub rooms, and so I requested a tub room because I knew that I wanted to go unmedicated. At least I was definitely going to try, and I knew that the water definitely helps kind of soothe you. And so I got a tub room. Luckily they had one available, and by the time we like get in there and they're able to fill the tub up and I'm able to get in, I was like probably in transition. I don't know for sure, but that's probably about where I was. But I got in the tub and it definitely helped. It really helped relax me. I still having strong contractions, but like it was very, very helpful. I know in that time that we were waiting for the tub to fill up, like I definitely felt like I needed to vomit. I went from being very hot to very cold. I had like all of that big shift just rocking my world. And so got in the tub. I think I was there for maybe 15 minutes, not very long at all. And the nurse looked at me and she goes, you are looking kind of pushy. Do you mind if I check you? Because they did not allow water births. So you could be in the tub for your labor, but like to give birth, they would not allow you to be in the tub, which is kind of annoying. But I was like, yeah, kind of. She checked me. I was at like a 9, and I think she said I had like a lip of cervix left. She's like, you gotta get out of the tub. So also that is just the most terrible thing when you are that close to giving birth and you have to get out of a tub and get over to the bed. Not fun. Because my contractions at that point were back to back to back. They never slowed down. Anyway, at that point, my contractions were just back to back. Like I was not getting any break, so strong. And then I have to like walk over to the bed. And I was on my side for a while because like I kind of wanted to maybe do like on my hands and knees birth position, or maybe on my side. I was like, I really don't want to be on my back, because I had heard all these things about how it's really not the most ideal position to give birth. But then the nurse checked me again when I got to the bed, and I just felt like at that point I could not move anymore. I was in the position for her to check me, and she was like, yeah, like you're at a 10, you still have a lip of cervix left. You can get in whatever position you want. Your doctor is like on her way in, but you can't be pushing yet. And I now know that I have a very strong fetal ejection reflex, and that started happening. My body just started pushing her out, and I could not control it. And the nurses were just like, stop, do not push, your doctor's not here yet. And fun fact, the resident that we had, it was her first day of residency. So yeah, she was not about to catch that baby, and the nurses did not want her to be the one to catch the baby. So they're like, please just hold this baby in until the doctor gets here, which my doctor is so cool. She's gone now. She moved to a different state, but I loved her so much. By the time she got there, and I'm basically pushing anyway, but trying not to, my body is, and she gets there and she walks in the room and she's like, do you feel like you need a push? And I was like, yeah, I kind of am. And she's like, go ahead and push. She didn't even check me. She was just like, go ahead. And they were like, well, she has a lip of cervix. She's like, just let her push. And so she got gowned up as I'm like starting to like push and do like practice pushes, as they say. And so I pushed for 20 minutes. And yeah, and she was born. And once I finally got her head out, it was that classic, like got her head out, and then the next push, she was all born, I guess. So as I was pushing and like her head was crowning, one of the things that really helped me is they're like, do you want to see? And I was like, nope, I don't want to see. And they're like, do you want to feel? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And so I was able to feel her head, that it was right there, and that gave me a lot of motivation. I'm like, all right, I just got to get one big push and I can get this baby out. So I do highly recommend whatever motivates you, but that did really help me, that I could feel her. And Nick was watching, my husband was watching all of this, and he was like, I was so terrified because she had a lot of dark hair, and he was like, for a second I thought her brain was like on the outside of her head. Like I thought something was really wrong. She just had a lot of hair and it was wet, obviously. So yeah, so then once I was able to feel that really motivated me, and I was able to get her out in like 2 more pushes. And so she was born at 2:20. My doctor got there at 2. I don't know if I said that, but yeah, I pushed for 20 minutes and she was born at 2:20. And yeah, she was healthy, perfect. And it was literally the best moment of my life. I remember thinking when I was pushing, I was like, I am never doing this again. Never, ever, never doing it again. She's gonna be an only child. Sorry. And then the second that she was laid on my chest, I was like, I will do this 100 times more. 100 times more. I don't care. This is amazing. So yeah, that's Delilah's birth story. That might not be. Okay, I'm gonna give these to you. Okay, you wanna cut? Okay. And thanks for watching. I will add my other 2 children's birth stories as well, and hopefully that will give some moms some more motivation, I guess, more peace of mind, hopefully, that you can do it. You can totally do it, and it's amazing, and it's awesome. God bless you. Goodbye.